Hey guys, welcome back to the Healthy Profits Podcast. It's Sammy Shoebox Moses. Today, we are going to cover how to keep people connected to you after the show, because it has been one of the things that is so crucial to building your business and making sure that people stay connected to you outside of the podcast. And I cannot tell you, I had one of the saddest times. It wasn't the saddest time, but it was a very sad story. I was with my friend. They had produced over 200 podcast episodes. I'd listened to him, and he could not figure out why he was getting no traction with his show. And we looked at his show, and we found out that there was no way for people to get the information after the show in his show notes. No way. He had over 200 of these episodes. So as you can imagine, the pain of making episode after episode after episode. Some people release 3 to 4 episodes a week. He did not have one CTA in his show notes. Now, most of you guys don't have that problem. And what most of you guys do is have the inverse problem, where you have almost too many CTAs in your podcast. So today we're going to show you exactly how and walk you through how to make sure that you have a converting call to action inside of your podcast. And it's a lot easier than you think. And what's really great about doing this properly and gathering an email, it's so much easier than you guys would probably assume to do, but it's very crucial to make sure you do this in every episode and that you actually do it a few different times in every episode. And so when you get people connected, there's a couple things you're going to do once they come out of the podcast. And the first thing we want to do is really help you construct what I like to call an Ascension model, which gives them a step-by-step process to finally get to where you're trying to take them. But in order to do any of that, we need to figure out how we collect information from them once they're done with listening to your show. And we've studied a bunch of different shows, a bunch of different call to actions, and mainly what we're finding is 2 simple things that you need to do to make sure you're collecting this information. The first thing that you need to do is streamline how many things you need people to do. And we suggest that you do either 1 or 2 call to actions. You can have a lot of resources, but you only need 1 or 2 call to actions, and you want to do your best to capture an email. An email is going to be the best thing you can capture outside of a podcast, because you own that information, you own that address, and you own that connection with somebody that comes off of your podcast. And some of the best things you can do to collect an email is to offer a quiz inside of a podcast, or offer a survey, something of value that will show people where they're at and where they could be. So, for example, a podcast from Betty Murray with Menopause Mastery might be, hey, take this 5-second quiz to find out which supplements would be best for you to help your morning routine if you're going through menopause. And then you would have them take that quiz. That's the only CTA, that's the only call to action that you will have off of that podcast. One thing that they could do out of that podcast. With us, with the Healthy Profits Podcast, you'll see that in our show notes, there's only one thing that we suggest that you do, which is get yourself an audit with us. It's free. So we can tell you what the next step is to make sure that your podcast has the potential to really start generating income, especially if you're a health and wellness podcaster. So that's the one thing you can do. The first thing is to streamline that call to action. The second thing that we suggest that you do is ask. I know that sounds very simple, but ask for the email. Ask for that simple, give us something so we can give you something. Like I said, it's going to be a simple not a bribe, but it's going to be a simple survey. It's going to be a simple mix for me. A lot of the things that I like to give away are free mixes of meditation. I see that in a lot of podcasts. Anything you can do to offer somebody something of value in your show is going to go so far, but you gotta ask, and you've got to make sure that you can find that incredible way to connect with your audience so that they stay connected with you outside of the podcast. And again, just to reiterate, that is going to be one call to action, and we want you to test this. So test this out. I've seen a lot of your link trees. I know what's happening. There are so many options in your link tree. How well is that converting? So I challenge you to take even your link tree or your CTAs in your podcast, stream it down to 1 or 2 at the most, and see what happens with your conversions on that. And check this out. Real simply, check out our podcast here at the Healthy Profits Podcast. Make sure first, I'm asking you, feel free to get a free audit with us, and all you have to do is sign up here in our show notes. There's a link, and we'll jump on, give you a free audit to let you know where you can improve your show to make sure that it has the maximum potential to be a generating piece of your business. And that's all we ask, is just to find that one link in our show notes that you can get a free audit. So check that out. That's in our show notes. But there you guys go. Super quick hit today. I know that this seems like something that should be very basic, but I see this time and time again. Too many things make a confused mind, and a confused mind does not make a decision. Alrighty? So streamline that call to action. Make it 1 or 2, but 1. I challenge you to get 1 call to action in your shows this week. And by God, how much easier is that? So enjoy this. Share this with a friend if you know that somebody needs this support. We love you guys helping us out. We've been getting some great feedback on all the shows lately. So thank you again. And we'll see you guys next in the Healthy Profits Podcast. Now that was a great episode. Thanks for joining us and tuning in to the Healthy Profits Podcast.
Sammy and I are here to help you turn your health podcast into a treasure trove of opportunity for your listeners and your business. So join us twice a week as we unleash our favorite tips and strategies that have helped our clients at Evolve Podcasting turn their show into a thriving part of their business.
And make sure you subscribe and listen in as each episode builds upon each other. And I know that you're a generous leader, so make sure you share this podcast with your fellow wellness entrepreneurs so we can all grow together.
Until next time, stay healthy and keep thriving.
Bye.
Bye.